Mhuri yeZimbabwe uyo ari kutaura apa anonzi Chimhukutira umshesha phansi, representing 2 million youths of Zimbabwe. This is the message we are sending to the current president, Emmerson Mnangagwa. He must consider handing over his resignation letter following procedure outlined in Chapter 5, Section 96 of the Zimbabwean Constitution, which states that the president may resign if they failed to meet their responsibilities or perform their duties, especially in light of citizens' grievances. He's the number one major contributor to them rather than addressing them, so it will be reasonable, helpful and useful for him to consider resigning. As we speak, unemployment is the order of the day, as we have big industries like Zimbabwe Clothing Manufacturing Association, Zimplats, Wange Colliery, Pure Oil, only to mention a few, as the list is endless, that have been closed. But you see the president busy injecting 150k USD to try and bribe war vets instead of creating employment and industrialization, not only for the youths but for the citizens itself. Many youths have turned into drug addicts, which you introduced yourself and the government so that they don't participate in active politics, whilst you're robbing the country and us of our natural resources and our future as well. Most of the youths and the citizens can't afford basic needs. Some of them don't even know payslip because there is no employment, but you only want to use us as your pawn chess players when it comes to elections. 2023 in FAS, Forever Association of Zimbabwe, where most of the youths were used to intimidate opposition key members, and you even made various promises which vanished into thin air, like what we also did in 2018 ascending to power. Then we've got the drug issue. All of those who were there in showground, 21 February 2023 in showground, whereby the president was standing on the forum addressing citizens that no to drugs, but actually what was happening on the ground, people were smoking weed there, people vaitomwa njengu ibabu. And if we check very well, I believe your system is the one behind the smuggling in of drugs in the country. Because by the looks of it, when Mugabe was still in office, we didn't know anything about drugs. Especially Isusuma youth. We didn't know anything about drugs because this government was so strict. It was secure, there was security, but now there is nothing. And even by the looks of it, the president's son plays a crucial role as well in smuggling of the drugs. On October 2023, we experienced Collins Mnangagwa. He was caught with 20 kgs cannabis. It stated that it's around 20 kgs, and I bet that it was 20 kgs. It might be more, but the fact that it is the president's son, and nothing was done to him. It just went scot-free. But you will hear the president saying no to drugs, no to drugs. But here his son is leading by a good example. Yema drugs acho. And in njengu ya turi kutaura nezwayo, it's a Zim product. But uchanzo kwa no to drugs, no to tumbu. Saka, isusu as my youths, we say enough is enough. Nakuti tikatarisa, how many youths are being admitted every day by my mental health institutions? Vakawanda. Saka, we say enough is enough. You have to go. Failure to do so, we will take into the streets to defend our country, freedom, and our future from you, as it is our constitutional right enshrined in Chapter 5, Section 59, which states that everyone has the right to assemble and demonstrate peacefully. That is what we're going to do if you're not going to consider resigning. Then a message to our security force members. Please, we beg, stop being used by the regime for their own personal benefits, as your duty is to protect the citizens, not to victimize them. What do you get from being used by the regime? Because at the end of the day, these issues that are pushing us, the citizens, to take into the streets and to send this message are affecting all of us, be it you're a civilian or you're a security force member. Inflation is affecting both of us. Ana okay kuvarwa kwavo and everything. Kushota kwezvinhu zviri kuaffecta tese isusu. Even tikatarisa mufees ikoko kuchikoro, my teachers are not being paid, but if they try to take into the streets, munomhanya kunovarova. And if we look very well, the main culprit behind all these problems which we are facing is the same government that you are busy protecting. And most of the security force members, you don't own houses, a car, not even a bicycle, because you can't afford it, but you quickly take into action when you are being ordered to victimize the same people whom you live in their rooms, in their houses as their tenants, the same people who pay tax, the same people whom you live in the society with. What happened to the concept of Ubuntuism, which says that umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu, I am because we are, munu nevanu. What happened to the core values of loyalty to the nation and its people, respect for human rights, professionalism, as by the looks of it, you are totally opposing it? Our fellow brothers, sisters, mothers and fathers in the security force, now is the time to deal with the elephant in the room once and for all and restore our country to its glory, traditions and roots. Zvakatofirwa nevakawanda, magamba akawanda, vamwe vakarara kuheroes eka, vamwe havana kuvigwa, they didn't get a decent burial. We have to honor their struggle they went through kudzikinura nyika iyi, but imimi muri kutoikuvadza. It's time now, the security force members, kuti tibatane nemaZimbabwe. Instead of beating us, tiregedzei tiende mumastreets kuno demonstrate, so that we bring back our glory and be the bread basket of Africa we once we were. Nekuti ma minerals we have them, but ari kuparara takatarisa kudai. Then I would like to thank Comrade Bombshell and all those comrades who stood by him and all those ones vari kutaura exactly zvese izvi maovets, who have been our vocal leaders and eye-openers to many. As if it wasn't for their courage, we would have stayed in the closet, thinking that only us, the minority, are seeing that the president is destroying the country. As I conclude, I would like to address and send a message to Comrade Bombshell and the war vets that strongly and solemnly promise that they are going to fight for the liberation of the country once more. And my youths, vadara avavakura, now it's our turn. We have to help them, and we say we are joining you. We stand in solidarity with you, and we will remove this monster once and for all, unless he considers bringing up his resignation letter. Ndatenda vana veZimbabwe.